Hello everyone.
Hello?
We're about to go to a movie premiere.
JBROs have leveled up. We are no longer doing childish things. We're onto very sophisticated, suave, chic films. Thanks to the first video getting over 30k views, we are now rolling in dough.
Make sure to keep us up there by subscribing and watching the videos so we get the ad revenue. All $2.90.
Alright, so the votes have been casted. The name of this channel will be,
drum roll please,
1, 2, 3, JBRO RAW.
Raw? Wait,
no, raw.
JBRO RAW. Okay. Alright.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, JBRO RAW. Jason's favorite word.
I'm a raw kind of guy.
Thank you for all the votes, the comments, the feedback. We're trying to keep busy and make video both channels.
Anyway, no further ado, let's go to the video.
Peace.
Subscribe.
For the last 2 years, I was doing my residency in the Bronx, which is actually quite far from Midtown Manhattan, where Jason was living. So I'd have to commute about an hour each way to make and edit videos.
Yeah, we started making videos during your residency, actually.
Right. So it was definitely hard to manage logistically. And then I actually wasn't even sure where I would end up after residency because COVID happened and some of the places I was looking at, the offices were actually not doing as well as I had anticipated. I guess an opportunity came about, your release and my release ended at around the same time. Mm-hmm. Did we even know that this was going to happen? We had always talked about it.
We didn't actually think that it was going to happen until like months leading into, like a month leading into our end of the lease.
Right. Luckily things just worked out. We decided to pull the trigger. How do we choose Koreatown?
Where else? Where else will we go?
So actually I was the one who brought up Koreatown. You wanted a more like luxury space.
Well, I mean, I wanted to be in a place where we would all be happy together. That was my #1 priority.
That's very cute.
No, it really was. I think if it wasn't, it would not have mattered so much. But you love Koreatown, probably the most out of anybody that I know. And you know, I like Koreatown as well. Price in Midtown is a little bit more expensive, especially in that area.
It's way more expensive.
Yeah, especially in that area. And then you cannot really get like a really nice, spacious apartment for the kind of price that we had budgeted.
Yeah.
But hey, Koreatown is like the most lively place that we can think of, and we like hanging out there.
Working that out was also something we had to be careful about.
Yeah, I think we wanted to like, you know, stay sort of grounded in our spendings. I think we could have moved into like a much luxurious space, but we didn't want to do that, given that we're still young, and I think that's the irresponsible thing to do.
Financially responsible.
Financially. For me, I wanted a bigger space to have more flexibility in like filming and stuff like that indoors and have like a nice studio.
Yeah.
But you know, there are other pros of living in that space.
I think location is more important to me than the space.
Yeah.
Because the location makes me feel more alive.
Yeah.
It's less of a barrier for me to do stuff. If my friends are in the city,
yeah,
they're coming to K-Town.
For sure.
And it's just minimal investment for me to even like take a hike out.
And maybe once like we are sort of settled with our careers, so we'll move to the next step.
You think we're gonna move in together the next step?
Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Man, that's kind of sad already.
No, I'm not sad.
No, I'm sad to think about that.
Why?
That we don't live together anymore?
We eventually won't. We eventually won't. And I feel like one of us will find a significant other.
To move in together?
You consider spending way more time with your significant other after you start dating.
You
around
think so?
your mid-30s? Yeah. Early 30s?
I see.
Well, you're gonna want your own space, maybe?
I feel like I'm a young man.
Okay,
you know,
maybe we don't have to. Who knows? Who knows? Because I didn't think that when I was turning almost 30 that I would be moving in with another dude.
Oh, you thought you were gonna be living by yourself?
Well, I mean, we could have. It just doesn't make sense to live separately when our workflow is within the same household.
True.
Like, it's so much more convenient filming together now.
I guess that was the main reason why I wanted to live with you, so that we can produce more stuff.
Oh, it wasn't to spend more time with me? And then our plan is to hopefully host some, when it's safer, to host some people at our place. If we have visitors, like John and Tim, have them over. It'll be nice.
Or female guests, if they're willing.
Female guests? Oh, we don't have any of that right now.
We have none. Well, you can be the first guest that doesn't have third leg.
Wow. I feel very blessed to be physically in the same place and also in one of my favorite places in the world.
Yeah.
Midtown Manhattan, Koreatown. Like every day I wake up with the sun shining through the moonroof, the sunroof, and I'm like, wow, I feel so grateful. Like every day is just appreciation. Like if I feel lazy, it's like, damn, well, I should be motivated right now. Like I'm so blessed.
That is
so
true.
Blessed.
That is very true.
And some people have been asking me like, how do you stay upbeat? You know, how are you not tired? I am tired.
But you're pushing yourself to a limit.
I think if you see how blessed you are with what you have, and I'm not saying that like people don't have their struggles, or that you shouldn't feel down some days about where some of these troubles you have, but that's really the simplest answer. That I think about my blessings and I'm like, well, no, I need to be thankful. I'm gonna grind.
Of course.
I'm gonna grind. And I think you're the same way. Like when you're like feeling unmotivated, like fuck, dude, I've been given this opportunity. We have an audience. Let's seize it.
Yeah. We're not a traditional content creators where our full time is dedicated to making content, but this is like in our heads like 24/7.
Right. It's hard to not be in that mindset. What do you think about that though? You think that's healthy for you? You think you're doing too much?
No. I think because that's how much I care. This shows how much I care about making content.
Yeah. What does it mean to you though? Why does making content mean something to you? Why are you willing to sacrifice sleep over it?
Well, we get paid.
Okay, well now we do.
Now we do. Yeah. I mean, that's an extra motivation for sure. Okay. But before, it was not even about that because we didn't expect that at all when we first started out.
So what was it before that? Like, what was that drive to create?
It was more about creating lasting memory / like something that has impact.
Value?
A value.
Okay.
And I feel like given that we have very sort of broad range of perspectives and experiences in life, we have something, I guess, interesting that people want to hear about.
When initially we were like, yo, let's try vlogging, I was like, who's gonna care? Like, who's gonna care about a stranger's life?
That's true. You were very...
I was like, dude, I feel like narcissistic for even thinking that someone's gonna watch this stuff. And still sometimes I'm like amazed at how
watch us.
Yeah, but to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very grateful.
Yeah.
But I'm just like...
It's like, why do people care enough to like sit down for 20 minutes to see what we have to do or say?
Right. But I don't know.
Well, it's because because look at you, bro. Look at you.
So, but it's been quite a journey, for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah. What were we talking about again?
Going forward, maybe.
Okay.
Going forward,
So yeah,
what's your plan?
so we've moved in. We just talked about our YouTube social media path, and then just as importantly is our career path, which is it's getting a little harder to balance now.
Yeah.
Especially as we focus a little bit more on the YouTube stuff. How much time can I dedicate to both? Should I be focusing on one or the other?
Yeah.
And that's maybe an internal dialogue I have in my head.
Yeah.
Maybe an internal monologue I have in my head. I just finished residency. So in my mind, I was like, I should be in clinic 6 days a week. That was like my goal during residency. I'm just gonna grind in clinic.
Yeah.
And just treat as many patients as possible.
How you don't want to do that?
I mean, it's physically exhausting, one. But I never really also thought of YouTube or social media as a way that I could benefit people, but I'm starting to see how it can if I use it correctly.
Yeah, of course.
So, is it less valuable for me to be trying that avenue, or should I be physically treating patients? Is that the most tangible benefit that I can give? And still, like a part of me says that you should be fixing the disease that you've been trained to fix.
Yeah.
And in a way, I think my parents are also like, especially my dad. He's like, well, are you in clinic today? Can you add more hours? I don't know. I don't even know if it's gonna make the cut. But it's completely, it's different. It's different.
For sure.
It's very different.
It's a very two different world.
Yeah.
Almost.
I'm trying not to let either of it go. And I feel like I've made it work so far, but it's a lot. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Alright guys, thank you so much for making this far into the video. Make sure to drop that like button if you like the content. And as always, we'll see you in the next episode. JBRO out.